its current state. If you go up to the top of the parking garage next door, you'll see gaps in what is assumed to be a roof. We know that the building is in horrendous shape, and it's a concern for us because we know that, that if we want to convince people that Allentown is the kind of place where they want to come downtown for the events that we produce, that we want to show them what a high quality city it is. And we recently were interviewing candidates for a new position at our center, and when we were interviewing candidates, we gave them a tour downtown. And they said, wow, this is a really trendy city. These candidates were from, one that said that was from Massachusetts. And it was the first time that I had ever interviewed someone who described Allentown as a trendy city. And the reason that he used that word when I asked was because it was a space where he saw restaurants that he wanted to eat at, and shops that looked interesting to him, and apartments that were attractive and had an opportunity to live close to where he might work. And it turns out that when we're trying to attract top talent to work at our community center, it's beneficial for us to have a downtown that looks vibrant next to our building. We are fully supportive of City Center's plans for this building. We've met with City Center representatives to go over the plans, to share our logistical concerns about the construction schedule, and we're satisfied with their results. We believe that the end result is that this building will be used to beautify downtown, to bring more people downtown, and to create a vibrant culture in our community, which I think is an important benefit for all the nonprofits that work that operate downtown. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. All right, I think we're ready for discussion. Mr. McCarthy is correct in citing the conditions or the concerns that they must show to our satisfaction, the applicant must show to our satisfaction, and I think more than one have been met. I'm satisfied that this building as it exists has no historical or architectural significance, and that's the testimony that we received. And there are others there that I think they may. We've received testimony that there's no reasonable reuse of the property. And Harb has had its comments. They're entitled to comment. They've done that, and we've heard the reasons why their thoughts aren't real feasible. I'm satisfied that all the criteria have been met.
I would agree. This is indeed a special use application, so it doesn't rise to the level of a variance, which requires a hardship. It's simply a permitted use that must meet certain conditions. In this particular case, I agree with the chairman that it's not only met the minimum of one, it's met several of the conditions. But I think, quite simply, as Attorney McCarthy pointed out, one of the conditions is that the existing building that's proposed to be demolished is not significant architecturally. And we have evidence in the file from the Historic Architectural Review Board that their memo indicates that it is not of architectural significance. I think then that in and of itself, they've met the burden of proving the special exception, but I also agree that this will be a positive addition to the streetscape and will have substantial public and economic benefit to the city. So for all those reasons, when the matter comes time to vote, or I would make a motion rather to approve of the special use application.
Yeah, my comments certainly are going to mirror Mr. Unger's. I find that the demolition is necessary to allow a project to occur that will have substantial public benefit or benefit to the surrounding neighborhood. And I think really the project is part of several efforts along that block by, as it happens, this developer on a block that has seen substantial change, which had been pretty sleepy up until the last several years. This is going to create foot traffic. The additional apartments and the retail stores will create more activity on the street. And from where I sit, it's very important to note that this is again in addition to the new units for the reentry of middle-class people into the city, and in particular into the downtown. At the present time, we find that the building is being used marginally. And lastly, that the design of any proposed new building on the site would be a net positive addition to the streetscape. Again, from a design standpoint, between the office building across the street and the improvement along the same side of the street to the west, that many of those buildings have been rehabilitated and have